Thanks for joining us, and we begin tonight with President Trump praising the indictment of former FBI Director James Comey and warning that other political opponents could soon be targets of his Justice Department. Critics have been quick to call the two-count indictment a political prosecution, while legal experts say a conviction could face significant hurdles. Here to break it all down for us, once again, is CBS legal contributor Jessica Levinson. So, Jessica, head-spinning turn of events here the last 24 hours. 5 years coming since Comey's congressional testimony that's at the center of this indictment. Pause here, take a breath. How did we get here?
So we got here because the president has said for a long time now that he thinks that the Department of Justice should go after James Comey and others who he views as having been essentially political enemies. We got here because the president said publicly just this weekend that he thought the attorney general should go after James Comey. And what happened just recently is the reporting indicates that the career prosecutors and his previously appointed U.S. attorney in this division had said, we think there's a problem with this particular case. We don't think there's enough evidence here. President Trump had actually changed the personnel, had just appointed a few days ago one of his former personal attorneys who doesn't have the typical experience that a U.S. attorney has. That was the person who ultimately brought this case. And as we understand, the single U.S. attorney who signed the indictment, which in and of itself is unusual.
Trump has had a lot to say about Comey over the years. How do you think his comments are going to play into the case itself? He's had so much to say about him.
This is a great question. I think we need to separate two different defenses that James Comey is going to have. One will be that he's the victim of selective prosecution or political prosecution, a political pressure campaign, essentially. And in that case, those really will be arguments that he makes to the judge. The second set of defense arguments will be based on the idea that he just isn't guilty of these crimes, that he didn't testify in a false way before Congress, that he didn't obstruct justice. So those out-of-court statements by the president, I think they will be used mostly to try and get the judge to toss out the case based on the theory that this is a selective prosecution. Let's remember, those are hard cases to win. That's a hard defense for James Comey, for anybody.
Point. You bet. Okay, Jessica Levinson, thanks for the insight tonight. Thank you.